Okay, so thanks all for listening. I'm really excited because we have been pushing really, really hard with quite a number of things. We're getting a ton of attention for some of the buildings that we've certified. We're getting a ton of attention for the brands that we're using, and this idea that we share our secret sauce within smart building certification, meaning we share knowledge, we help each other, we work together to try to make buildings better, has been working. And it means that we are super busy trying to get out white papers, case studies, press releases, you name it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that we have coming up. I'm also going to talk a little bit about what SBC Smart Building Certification is. And then Voucher will come on and it'll be much more interesting. So, but let me get started. So first of all, Smart Building Certification started now a couple of years ago with Voucher, myself, and Nicholas White, where we had heard that there was this need for certification. And we really believed, okay, this could be something that's either really, really helpful, or this could be something where they were trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. So we looked into our network, we looked into the many industries in this area, and we said, can we put a group of people together where we build a certification that actually is a help, that measures accurately, that isn't a, oh, this is what we think a perfectly smart building is right now, which of course will change in the next week or month or year. And we didn't want to make something static. So we involved universities, builders, real estate experts, consultants, PropTech companies, everyone, and really looked at how can we change this? How can we reward buildings that are healthier, that are more sustainable, that are doing better things for the building use, that are looking at safety and security, that have an integrative design that is really, really something special and moving towards what we expect in the future. And then also, what about the people in the buildings, their use and collaboration? How does that work? And are these buildings doing the best that they can? So building something where we can not only acknowledge buildings that are doing great, giving them an overall certification, and then there are scores within the separate areas. So you can get a platinum in building environment, you can get a platinum in building performance, which is that sustainability aspect, that kind of thing. But also a process that's helpful. We've had many buildings that people would consider, more middle of the road or average, wanting to go through this process so that they can come back and be stronger and know some of the things that they can improve on, and how can they build towards a better building in the future. So we worked on this. We've done some amazing buildings. We've gotten some incredible feedback. We've gotten to celebrate buildings that are wonderful. We've gotten to help buildings that wanted to do a bit more, or maybe even a lot. We've helped buildings sell for higher valuations. We've worked with the finance industry to try to see if we can get healthier buildings, more sustainable buildings, smarter buildings, more higher valuations, and that sort of thing within the banking industry. We're really trying to push on this from all aspects because, as many people say, we need better buildings, and we need to improve the spaces that we are working in and living in, and there's so much that we can do because the technology really is there. So we've worked really hard on that, have put together some great certifications, great process. We've also now launched our solution certification. So the companies that we work with in the PropTech space can now go through our process. They can certify their solution against us, be a certified solution, show that they contribute to the SBC process and where they contribute to it, and be able to move forward with that. And then they also are in our network, and we can recommend them for different projects. If buildings, for instance, hadn't thought about a certain area, we can say, yes, we have some certified solutions that we then recommend. A great way to push the industry forward in this way. So we're very excited about that. We're also looking into developing and launching our next assessor program and an AP program. So that is going to be coming out in 2022, which feels like tomorrow. But that is a really exciting thing that we're doing. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the buildings and events that we have coming up. We have a great piece of content coming out of Finland that I'm going to give a little bit of a sneak peek to. So last year we awarded the smartest building in the world to YIT Workery Plus in Vajeja in Helsinki, where we looked at the technologies that they were using, the different, the integrative design that they had, the different solutions that they involved. So what were the problems that they were solving with this? What could they really optimize because of the technology that they had? And how was that working together? How was it for use and future proofing and all of that? So it's an amazing building. And ever since then, they have gotten many requests from all over the globe, from every industry, about how did they do it? What are they doing? They also involved a very different business model. So how is this working? Can they share that? And in a point to not exhaust themselves, they decided that they wanted to write this up. So we worked with them to really design and construct a white paper to look at how they built a very different business model for a building that has flexible work, but also, a multi-tenant building where they have different services, and looking at how do we change this structure, and what is ways that we can learn from other industries. What can we learn from the restaurant industry, the airline industry? What can you learn from how bookings and forecasting and different technologies have maybe already been used in other industries? So we took a little bit of a bite out of that and put together a white paper on the return on investment of smart buildings. And I think it's a great read. It's also got some of a link to their key partners that they worked with in the building. Nunca is a company that we work with quite a lot. That's in there. Microsoft, a little bit about us, some other of their partners. So seeing how they did it, who they worked with, how are they changing their business models, how are they forecasting for the future, and why this is a good thing for investors to look into. So great piece of content and really exciting. We've done this a lot with some of our buildings and some of our partners, where we really believe that the more we share, the more we can know who's doing what, how do we work together, and moving forward. That's why you might see a lot of content from us out on there. We really believe the more that we know, the better we can do. So that's been one of the exciting things that's coming up. We also have an event in Denmark this week, where we're having PropTech Denmark hosting it, talking about the different things that they're doing in Denmark. Very impressive country for looking into many of the different aspects of smart building certification and smart buildings in general. So they've been looking into more sustainable buildings for a long time, looking at building environments. This is done at Blocks in Denmark, right in the heart of it. A beautiful building, a smart building, also where they work out of, and it's also a museum, which is very nice, exciting collaboration in that way. Check it out. It'll also be online. We're going to have a few of our buildings talking about some of the things that they did best, sharing some of their secrets, talking together about how we can move this forward faster. We have a few of our platinum buildings that we've worked with, and YIT will be one of them, the one I just talked with, the Helsinki Vajeja. We have Art Invest there as well, talking about their Hammer Brooklyn location, which also was one of our smartest buildings and a fantastic space. So looking at how do they do so well, for instance, with integrative design, safety and security. They got a platinum overall and a platinum within all of the subcategories. So just a really impressive building, especially when you consider that they did it with, I think, 6 technologies. We're seeing on average kind of between 20 and 30 technologies in smart buildings that are very, very smart. And what we expected to see is this slowly go down in the next few years, where you see less and less technologies that do more, that work more together, that have a simpler platform, which is why Hammer Brooklyn was a big surprise for us, because we didn't expect this. This is something that they have invested in, something that they have been working on for a while and have really fine-tuned this process and working with their technology companies. But it shows that this smart thing has not come out of nowhere, right? Companies have been designing buildings and thinking about this for the last few years. And now that they're coming to fruition, we're so happy to be there to help congratulate them and share some of the things that they've done so well and work with them in that way. We will also talk about SBC in general. We also have a building out of London, and Tomasz will talk about this, where we look at some of the things that they've done well. They've opened since. So how have they experienced different aspects of the building? How have they changed anything? Is there some aspects where we want to look at where they want to go in the future, and how are they going to keep it smart or optimize? I think it's a fantastic opportunity to learn what they've done. They also got the People's Choice Awards last year, so it's going to be a fantastic different talk in that way. And we're going to be doing a lot of that. We have some master classes coming up. We have some events where we'll have our PropTech companies showing what they can do, really looking at the different solutions and where they change, because they change constantly, and the different things that they're able to accomplish, the different problems they're tackling as the workplace changes, and different things like that. So those are some of the things we have coming up. If anyone has any questions, I'm happy to talk a little bit with anybody who has any questions for us or wants to get involved. We are doing as much as we can, as fast as we can, and we are so excited that this industry seems to be making a lot of really beautiful steps in the right direction for making better buildings for all of us. So are there any questions at all? No, maybe then I'll ask Voucher to come up and outshine me again. Hi, Voucher.
Hey, hello.
Hi. So I just did like kind of a teaser, but I think there's some cool things coming up, and you also have a bunch of cool things coming up. So I think it should be really nice to see where do you think this is going to go?
Yeah. What did you see happening the most during 2021? We certified a couple of buildings, of course. What is the most exciting thing that you have seen?
I think it was really interesting to see the companies who had pushed so hard, 2-3 years ago to get this into the buildings that they were certifying this year. And it made me realize, like like a duck, the fast feet under the water, right? It looks smooth, but they were working really hard. So I kind of think we're seeing this huge amount of work that has been done already, and now it's kind of, the wagon is rolling down the hill on its own now. We kind of got it started and it's going. So these first buildings are really builders where they're saying, this is our prototype, this is what we're really happy with, and now we're going to push it out to our portfolio. And so this kind of slow start, efficient finish is what we're seeing. And I think we're going to see this really rapid growth happen next year, where all of a sudden it's going to be moving. So that's what's kind of exciting for me, because I think we've been in this industry so long, right? And now to see the momentum is very exciting.
Yeah, the momentum is changing. Yeah, that's great. Well, something else you want to share?
I'm curious from you, because you talk to more people than anybody. So what are you hearing from all of this? What do you think is
Well,
going
I think it's getting more and more important to really collect your data from your buildings instantly. Reporting is not only being done on a yearly basis by putting some figures on a paper, but it can be done real time with accurate data and also transparent. So I think that will be a total shift in also smart buildings and also energy efficient buildings, net zero buildings. So yeah, I think these questions are coming more and more and more from investors, and that will change real estate forever, I think.
Yeah, and where do you think investors are in this whole cycle?
Yeah, well, they have a good. I think they are on. They can have a massive impact on this, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, real estate follows the money. So
That's it. Yeah.
once they're here, it's go time for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, okay, well, I'll let you go. Enjoy the rest of your day. And happy to have you with us again.
Thanks, Bouter. See you next time.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.